What is up, guys? It's your boy Jay here from Now Showing. We are doing something different here today, and by we I mean me, because obviously I'm the only one here. I am going to review the Sunrise on the Reaping, the newest Hunger Games prequel that came out almost a month ago at this point. I doubt this will get any views, but you know what? I'm here for it. I'm trying to upload every day, so that way we're more consistent of a channel, and we can get more people to start subscribing to us. But yeah, I'm gonna do a book review for it. I'm not going to go into any major spoilers because I'm trying to keep this kind of short, but also, how I felt about it. And the fact that it has a movie coming out in the next, year. So that'll be fun. We'll do a little bit of a recap on some of the people that I'm hearing are going to be cast in the movie. I guess the only spoilers I have to say is that there are characters from the first few Hunger Games books that are in this that are younger. And I don't mean just President Snow. Obviously, he's in this because it takes place during the 50th, which is 24 years before the first Hunger Games book. So he's still president. But yeah, so this takes place in the 50th year of the Hunger Games, the second quarter quell, and it's Haymitch's Hunger Games. I will say this is a really depressing story. Like every aspect of this book is depressing, but it's exciting to see that Haymitch was kind of like, you know what? That just clicks in my head. Now I understand why he seems to get along with Katniss so well, because they're both participants that weren't really wanting to be they didn't want to become the face of a rebellion. Neither one of them. Now, obviously Katniss one succeeded and Haymitch's one failed because, their Hunger Games still went on another 25 years before her. Or 24 years before her. I enjoyed this book a lot. I know a lot of people, even like there were points I remember back when I was discussing the Hunger Games with like other people who read them during the movies coming out and everything. I was like, why are we making a prequel based off of President Snow, the most vile, villainous man in that book series? I guess besides President Coin, she was a real piece of work. But I was like, okay, do we really need to get a book for Snow? I'd much rather see a book and a movie for Haymitch when he was in the games because he's an interesting character. And now we finally have the book and it doesn't disappoint. I'm really excited for the movie. I'm going to post a link to the little teaser reveal that they came out with for the movie. There's no footage yet. It's not filmed until July. But I enjoyed this book quite well, and my reaction to the teaser that they showed was pretty good too. Not a lot of people watched it, but anyone who's read the books will understand the excitement that I feel for it. But yeah, there are characters that show up in this, including a younger Plurich, the character that Philip Seymour Hoffman played in the Hunger Games 2 and 3, I guess, and 4. BT, Wirus, they're in this. It's a real sad book. Like, it's just nothing but one loss after another. But it's really enjoyable. I really liked it. I'd give it a good 5 out of 5 Hunger Games. 5 out of 5 Hunger Game books. Where would I place it, though, in terms of all the books together? I still think book 1 and 2 are vastly superior to the rest of them. I liked the prequel, the first one, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, a lot more than Mockingjay. And I liked this book more than that one. So this would be like third on my ranking as far as the books go. And it's nice to see the Hunger Games in its vicious, almost satirical fashion. Unlike, the bare bones version of it that we saw in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I get. Very early on, they weren't really trying to make a spectacle out of it. Then they didn't really know what they were doing with it. Versus now, they're a lot more polished. I will say, obviously, we won't get Donald Sutherland back because, he did die 2 years ago, a year ago, recently enough to where it doesn't matter. Point being, it will be sad not to see him again as Snow because I thought he did a good job. I know people are like, well, why not just get Kiefer Sutherland? He's his son. Yeah, but he may not want to do that. He might not want to play the role of his father. So technically Sutton, if he does end up, that'll be, I guess, somewhat interesting. However, I have heard that Ralph Fiennes, Mr. Voldemort himself, might be the one to play Snow in this, which I can see it. I'd like to see him in the Hunger Games world. Granted, again, that's not a confirmation that he's playing it more so than I've been hearing in, chats and stuff and from a few sources that, he's being eyed to possibly be one of the contenders to play Snow in the movie. And then I saw there was some young kid who was being eyed for Haymitch's role, since he's obviously 16 in this and not Woody Harrelson age. And I'd never seen him in anything before. And then there was one other character. Yeah. Personally, I think that Philip Seymour Hoffman's son could really play a convincing younger version of his character. Granted, I don't really know how old his character would have been in this book, old enough to be able to be in it for what he was in it for. But there was someone pretty famous where I was like, yeah, I could see that guy. You know what? Let me look it up real quick, because I really think I need to do it. What's his name? I'm sorry, guys. I have to remember. That's right. Jesse Plemons. 100% could see him be the 100% could see him play a younger version of that character, because he's got range. I mean, a lot of actors, I guess, have range, but like he's a good actor in that sense that he can play that really uneasy, you can't really know if you can trust him kind of character, which is exactly the role that Plurich Heavensby, which is the last name of the character, that's the kind of role he played in. Personally, I would say both Catching Fire and Mockingjay. Even though he was more on their side, you couldn't tell if he was leaning more towards the agenda of, he wanted to do whatever he could to make propaganda spread like wildfire. But yeah, if you haven't read this and you like the first few books, I would give this a read. If you didn't know this was coming out, congrats. This is out. Go read it, because it's going to make you so excited for the next Hunger Games movie. I just can't wait. Also, I don't think that this will be the last prequel we get from Suzanne Collins. I think, personally, she's probably writing the next book as we speak, because apparently she likes to do things in trilogies. So, you got the Mockingjay trilogy. And since the first one kind of mirrored the first Hunger Games movie, this one kind of mirrors what the second one is, because it's Prequel. It's got all the stuff I can't spoil, but it follows some similar plot beats to that one. So hopefully we'll see a third book that's just as good as this, if not better. But let me know what you thought if you have read the book. Are you excited about the new movie, or are you kind of like, Hunger Games was like, 10 years ago type of thing? Personally, I'm excited for it. I actually wanted to go back and rewatch the movies after reading this, and I haven't seen, I think, 1 through 4, like the original trilogy, or the trilogy of movies, probably in 10 years. Obviously, I saw Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes twice in the end of 2023 when it came out, but I haven't seen anything since. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought down below. Like this video. If you want me to do more book reviews, that could be something to think about. I don't have a lot of books right now. I've got comics. I could do comic reviews, or I've got like other books that are like horror film, like horror books from like Stephen King. I've got a book from Michael Criterion that might be interesting to read. I haven't read it yet, but yeah, let me know if you want me to do more of these. If you don't, also let me know, so that I can cross this off of my list of ideas for videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.